Hours. Let's do this. All right.
She said, for me, I'm worried that I'm gonna be back soon.
I know.
Call to order and flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Just before we go into the public comment, business, I was going to make a point that business conducted at this meeting will be retained to the topics listed below. Additional topics may be added to the agenda, discussed and acted upon at the discretion of the commissioners, but not without communicating that, of course. And that being said, we've got someone here that when we get to old business about the Oyster House, Dan Orchard, if you so choose, we'll probably ask you to just give us some input and answer some questions we might have.
Okay. I want to know.
And, yeah, it's if you will, willing to do that. But in the meantime, we've got public comment. Is anybody here that wants to make public comment? It's in-house. We go first here, then we go to Zoom. Anybody? Okay. All right. Public comment. I see a hand up there. Go ahead, Mr. Searland.
Just wanted to comment on
Turn that up, please.
property taxes and
More.
property rights. And so the
Okay.
reviewing the budget, it looks like the court is funded largely by property taxes. 336,000 was indicated to be coming from property tax revenue. And so in the Port District, currently there's about 150, 200 vacant lots that have no access to water. And those properties are paying property taxes to Mason County, but currently can't be served by the Port water system, can't be developed. The lack of water to those properties is detrimental to the value of those properties, and yet those owners are still burdened with the property taxes having to be paid. And so, as a representative of the public in Mason County and also a large landowner in the Port District, I think it's very important that the Port urgently addresses the issue of getting water to every single vacant property in the Port District. I think that if all those property owners were made aware of the fact that they don't have water to their properties, and the Port has been in the water business for close to 14 years now and not been able to expand their system to serve all of those properties, they would be very upset by that information and the fact that they've been paying their property taxes faithfully for the last 14 years, anticipating water connections for their property. So I wanted to bring that to the commissioner's attention as something that is a large potential problem for the Port if those property owners were to get together and take legal action against the Port. Also, in reviewing the budget, I noticed that the legal costs were hard to identify, how those were being represented in the Port's budget. So we're looking for some more clarity on those costs and how they're being, what budget line item that they're being put into. And that's all I have for tonight.
All right, thank you, Mr. Searland. Mr. Van Buskert, public comment?
Yes, sir, Commissioner. Before I start my public comment, I just wanted to let you folks know that your mic was hot before the meeting started, and sounded like you were having some discussion about reading materials and stuff. So just you might want to check that in the future. So for my public comment, I'd like to comment on the action agenda request for Mason County 09 monies. I sent you all, as well as the Board of Commissioners, an email yesterday. I'm concerned that you commissioners aren't paying attention to what's going on at Sweetwater and you refused to call and have a discussion with me. 2 years ago, you had a special meeting in Bremerton and discussed the comp plan with Executive Director Capola, telling you that the price of Sweetwater had tripled and suggested that dropping the project would not be a bad idea. I'm curious where the Sweetwater Park ranks on the current comp plan. There was a community survey done, but I don't think it was ever posted. Earlier this year at a port meeting, we were told that the Salmon Group would pay for the cultural resource assessment and the wetland delineation. What happened to the rezone that they wanted? I didn't see that in the request. Now the executive director and the Salmon Group are going around to community organizations looking for letters of support. Is the executive director being paid to attend those meetings? The Salmon Group has convinced the port to request these 09 monies. How much money is budgeted for Sweetwater? I don't remember there being anything in the budget for Sweetwater this year. Someone told me that the Rotary had given $5,000 to someone for the project. Enough is enough. Permits, hazard tree falling, removal of fish barriers, rezoning property, cleaning up the site, and litigation is going to cost someone money. As your constituent, I don't want to see any more money spent on Sweetwater, and I don't want to see any court employees' time being used towards it or towards litigation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Van Busker. Okay, looks like the only two that were on there. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda.
And I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved. Approval of the agenda is moved and approved. Okay, consent agenda items.
I move we approve the consent agenda items. I can read them out if you want.
Sure.
Okay, workshop minutes, August 28th. Meeting minutes, September 8th. Special meeting minutes, September 29th. Special meeting budget workshop minutes, September 29th. And then, of course, the general fund. I don't know, do you want me to still continue to read everything?
Just the dollar amount.
That's good.
Would be good for the record.
Okay, general fund, $12,314.15.
Yeah. In the water fund.
Water fund, $26,111.12.
Okay.
IDD investment fund, year-to-date right now is at $1,056.27.
Okay.
Oh, and IDD investment total is $50,226.96.
I second the motion.
Okay, there's more,
Yeah.
but I think we got all that.
Right.
Okay,
Well, and then we have the loan,
loan repayment
yeah,
for the
which,
general fund.
for resolution number 2024-015 for $1,206.03. Okay, do we have it?
You seconded it already.
Okay, then, all in favor, sorry.
Aye.
Okay, aye, so approved, okay. We're mixed in with things that we're actually taking action on, just information, but that's okay. It's moved. All right, and then we'll just move right on to Commissioner's report. Who wants to kick that off?
I'll go ahead and start it.
Okay.
Pretty slow month for me. The 13th of September was a regular port meeting. September 18th was Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization. And the 29th was a special meeting, and the executive special meeting. That's all I have.
All right. Well, same here. Other than attending my Mason Transit meetings representing the Port of Allyn. Here at the Port of Allyn, my primary is a special meeting, briefing, workshop minutes, August 28, 2025 I attended, and then the September 8, 2025, and the regular meeting on 29th of September, and then the workshop September 29, 2025. So that's my
That's signed.
report. Thank you.
That's fine. You
Yeah.
can pass that on down.
You know, chair for the September regular meeting. I was here for the meeting we had on the 29th of September. special meeting. I was at the EDC meeting on the 9th. So, that's about it.
Yeah, and I don't have anything to report other than having attended it, because we've got some good meeting minute notes for that, for the record. And so, do you want to go ahead and move on with the executive director's report?
Sure.
Let's go over.
And just in addition, you saw the public comments provided by Jeff Carey that I put into your packets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just wanted to acknowledge that they'd been received and the commission had a chance to look at them.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
I've got some notes here. You-
Yep, and I will address those with
Okay,
the
cool.
commenter after, at another time.
Okay.
Get through some of our paperwork here. Everyone's had a chance to read the executive director's report. Now that only 6 pages this month,
Yeah, I mean, it's,
but.
we don't have to read it in
Sure,
its entirety, just kind of give it for the record and for the public.
Well, one of the things, it's budget crunch time, and I'm working diligently on that amongst the other deadlines that have come across the table recently. So I'm hoping here later in the meeting where we get to setting the time and date for the October special meetings, that we'll able to schedule our preliminary budget approval meeting.
Okay,
So getting close on that. Tentative North Mason Chamber and the Kiwanis Club meetings for the month. It's always good to keep in touch with our local community organizations. I've turned around with the port, with West Sound Engineering, and the comments that I needed to make some adjustments to the advertisements and such for the DOH approval process for our consolidation. So it is back in their hands, and we're waiting on their return email. It typically goes back and forth a few times before you get final approval on those sort of things.
okay.
Kitsap Housing has completed their initial underground installation of the 9-home self-help project up on the hill. And there'll still be the booster pump house and some pump configurations that need to be done at a later point. But they still have, they'll have to have their water engineer also do a construction completion report later on down the way. So it's not complete, but there's a lot of aspects of it that have been finished.
Great.
Moving on to
That's been a real fluid and dynamic
Yes, it has.
relationship, that's cool, okay. Go ahead.
So we do have in the water system development area, we do have an action request for some water policy edits to appendixes F and H. You'll see those in our request for action.
And they have been
These were actually.
suggested by
Yeah.
our attorney.
Yes, they were suggested by our attorneys. You can see they're plainly listed here. There was the old 1.5% late fee percentage needed to be adjusted to the 10% that's actually approved in the water system policy that we approved back in July. And then just the following word language there, that the port reserves all legal rights and remedies. Acceptance of partial payments does not waive the port's ability to collect future payments. So just some language that they saw necessary.
Do you want some action on that right now?
Yeah, because all of the water policy documents must be approved by the commission. I had to bring that back to the commission to make those changes.
Let's,
Do you want to wait?
yeah, let's
Okay.
wait, let's keep the report going, I mean, we're definitely covering down on that in the old business and where we have possible action, we will take action.
Okay.
Okay,
Got the pier project. There's been a lot of work on the water system lately, so that has kind of taken a back seat. But I did get port staff to get all the necessary measurements and documentation of the floats, so that we can send that out with a scope to see what kind of bids we can get for actually scraping all of our tubs, the growth that grows on our tubs. And marine floats, I did schedule another day on a low tide during daylight hours, except that it's March 23rd of next year. It's a little ways away. The wintertime tides are very low at night, and we definitely want some daylight to be able to make that evaluation. My plan is to draft up the scope of how we would go out to bid for piling replacement while we're waiting for that appointment, because it's really just an appointment to say X, Y, and Z are the ones that we need to replace. So I think it's important that we get an idea, a handle on what it's really gonna cost with the remaining funds, because there's some fairly decrepit pilings down there, and we have to figure out which ones can be sleeved and which ones actually need replacement. And if they need replacement in an entire row, many of them have 3 or 4 pilings that would only need to be replaced with 2 steel ones. So there's some mitigation banking possibilities there.
Great.
Save money.
What's the how should I say it? What's the life of some of those floats in today's, when they manufacture them, sitting in the water like that?
I can't say what
Yeah,
the life experience.
ask them that
would be.
when you see them.
I mean, I think it's dependent upon the amount of wave action.
Oh, I understand
And
all that.
and all those other factors.
They should be able to
growth
tell you
factor.
generally.
Sea
Yeah.
lion sitting on it.
And the main trunk body out here of our float was replaced like 7-ish years ago.
That's
Yeah. and
part
that's
of
fa-
our reasoning,
yeah.
okay.
But the main finger that comes off it was not replaced, and that
Okay.
is very old.
All right.
So,
And that's the one we're having trouble with.
yeah, that's the one that's.
I mean, from
some
experience,
locations.
those are the things that we should be learning, right? To go, okay, whatever that metrics would look like in terms of cost is running a port, certain things are gonna only last for so long. It's not a perfect world, but you can get a general idea on, okay, we're revisiting this every 6 years, whatever.
Yep.
Whatever.
And part of the reason we need to have a capital facilities,
Yeah.
budget in our budget, which you will see in our new budget.
And that's
coming
part of figuring out what that should look like. Okay, and there's always that add 10 or 20% and we're pretty in good shape, All right,
Inflation.
yeah.
Then Oyster House relocation, which North Bay Historical Society has been meeting monthly. It sounds like some conversations I've had here with Dan Orchard and Barry Betzinger that they're going to take over some of the work while Bonnie's out of town for the winter. So I will work with them to try to coordinate with Gennaro Contracting, who has offered to do some volunteer help, and we're aiming to have insulation inspection completed by the first of the year.
Okay.
And no incidents at the import security for the month.
All right. In starting your report, we'll go ahead and finish it, I'm sorry.
That's the
Okay, in starting your report, and I believe that lined up with addressing the commission here in the question about Jeff Perry's email. I just wanted to make note and feedback during this tenor time of you doing your executive report, that I agree with Jeff Carey on every point here, actually, quite frankly. From the, and you're gonna explain that at some point, right, down at the lower end.
Not in the public meeting, I wouldn't respond to other,
Okay,
Pub-
well, it's
public
not a
commenters.
response, but I'm looking more pointedly at his concern about looking at our costs. Okay, I just want to make note of that. And then also, is Erin going to be at the next meeting so she can kind of give us a better snapshot?
I will see what I can do about seeing if I can get her into our preliminary budget meeting.
I'd like that
Yeah.
very much. That's where I was going with this, so that's my feedback on that, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, so we'll go right into old business. Court priority discussion, our discussion here. Let's go ahead and jump right into the action item on appendix F and H in our water policy. Do I hear a motion for that? We're in old business now.
Sure. I make a motion to approve the edits to approve Appendix F and H of the Port of Allen Water System Policy.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so approved.
Those changes were posted, were they not?
Yeah, yeah. Those are part of the public
Yeah.
record, absolutely.
Just making sure.
As part of, also, yeah, I just wanna make a point that you're allowed to make the change that we discussed in the last workshop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And we can, rather than split hairs on that and get in the weeds, it's in our meeting of the minutes, meeting minutes for that workshop.
Okay.
Okay.
You just need my.
Give me.
The other one.
All right.
Let's do this.
Okay. We ready for the port regular business administrative improvements? A discussion on that, or anybody want to make comment?
I'm all good with that.
Okay.
I'm good with the Allyn waterfront pier repairs. He discussed that. There's really nothing to add.
Yep.
Maybe the Oyster House, maybe Dan could talk something about that if he wants.
We're definitely gonna do that. Okay, so as far as the port regular business administrative improvements, we're doing what we can right now. You know, and it's good to have Don back, by the way. How's he doing?
He's doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know if the public knew it, but he got injured and he's back on his feet, and we're part of encouraging him, as part of the team, you know? and-
Keeping them off ladders.
I have been. He's been
Yeah.
a little resistant to that. But,
That's why I brought it up.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we took care of that, and, okay, go for it. So, as far as the Allyn waterfront pier repairs, did anybody have any, thoughts on where you wanna tell us where we're at with that?
Well,
the
we're-
general-
we've,
kind of ping them at for a little bit?
with the amount of other requirements,
I know.
it's just been pushed back at this point. But like I said, talking to Marine Floats and having them come out here in the next, about 5 months from now.
Right.
But we've had them out once, which allowed me to do the topside evaluation.
Yeah,
Okay, and we just need that super low tide to be able to visually assess any of the piers all the way out to the farthest links and the pilings essentially.
right,
So we still have, once budget season is done and, we've worked through our comp plan and everything else, then I can work on the hand railing.
I was asking about the handrail.
Yeah, the hand railing.
Changing the angle of that.
Yeah, and we discovered that the angle's gonna be fine. And we're not going to need a full encompassing, like grabbable hand railing because of the width. We're 12 feet wide. So it doesn't require that, nor do we have any inclines.
Okay.
So it changes how much we have to pay for the hand railing to be replaced. It's more of a guardrail essentially
Yeah.
than a handrail. And it's just a matter of getting all the site plan and everything else together to the county for the permit process.
Okay,
So, and it's all above water work, so it's not.
yeah,
It
so we're
doesn't
looking at
involve.
spring for that, you think?
Yeah, I think we could probably put that in the spring section. It might be that we might want to go and incorporate that with all the pilings, the everything.
I agree.
Yeah, and not break this up into individual
I
like
agree,
portions.
we
So,
can do that.
getting everything prepared, but at the same time, that doesn't stop the port from going out and getting the actual permit from the county and having it ready to go.
Have it ready to go,
Right.
so that when spring comes, we've got monies in order there. Okay,
Do we have the plans for the handrail?
yeah,
Okay,
we
so
do
they're,
have-
they're ready to submit?
No, they're not ready to submit.
and how close are we to, as far as, how close are we right now? And even being realistic about all that with the pilings,
Oh, I mean, getting the pilings, like I said,
it's a major thing.
you're looking at when marine floats can come out and do that evaluation and give me an honest answer of which ones need to be replaced and how many.
Yeah.
And really can't submit anything until we've really got that number. So we know a few of them that need to be replaced, but we need to really get down there on the lowest tide and evaluate the ones that really need it that we can't tell.
I mean, there's 4 or 5 of them without even the low tide to know that they need.
Yeah, and they have to determine whether they're sleevable
Okay.
or need to be replaced. Because if they're sleevable, that changes the dynamics of how we can
Right.
fix them. Considerably cheaper to sleeve than replace.
It is cheaper, but it's also putting a big burden on a problem if it's half rotten. But yeah.
Well, the sleeving is a brand new concrete overlay.
Oh, you're talking about all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
No, I was thinking about
yeah,
the
it-
sleeve. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not a metal sleeving, it's got,
I don't think so. I think it's a concrete.
oh, okay.
That'd be more.
But it
Okay.
might be a metal sleeve and then they, don't have all the information yet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for that. On Oyster House, we ready for that? Okay. So let's go ahead and have a discussion on the Oyster House. It's on the agenda. And anytime you want to chime in, Dan Orchard, you can
Okay.
on that.
I don't have much more to say,
Yeah.
other than Barry and I met with Travis.
Yeah.
And we got he was able to get a hold of the contractor about the installation.
I don't think the general public even realizes that we have some volunteers out there that have been putting some time into this outside of Judy herself. So that's
Judy
why,
knows there's been a lot of time put in.
Lots of people.
yeah.
So, and so I'm just trying to bird dog get that done before the first of the year.
Yeah,
And then we'll take a look at finding a contractor, hopefully, to do the sheetrock for us.
right,
And that's my goal.
yeah, right. I heard you and Travis talk a little about the installation
Right.
and those items.
Well, he had got the, I don't know if with Travis's involvement and Bonnie's involvement, so I got stuck in the middle, so I'm just trying to catch
Well, that means you're gonna fix it.
You know, at my age, I'll try to do the best I can, but I'm not gonna guarantee anything.
Sorry. But yeah, no, thank you very much for what you put into this thus far, and appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wanted to
No.
make note of here?
No.
You know?
I'm glad you're up, volunteered again. We appreciate everybody getting back together and really appreciate it greatly.
You know, the reality is that there's an awful lot of projects that don't get done at ports, in our port, without people helping like yourself. It just doesn't
Well,
happen.
there's been a lot of people that have helped,
Yeah,
so.
right. And I haven't even met all of them.
Huh?
I have not met all of them. They just come and go and it just happens,
Yeah. The
So,
funnest part, you missed taking the concrete out of that building.
oh, bad. Darn it. I hear you.
Yeah, really.
Oh, okay.
Tons of fun.
Oh, yeah.
As far as relocation, is there, where are we at with that? I mean, we're waiting for a lot other things to happen
Yeah.
first,
Well,
so.
I think Travis.
Yeah, we put out an RFP for professional services that we approved in the last meeting.
Okay.
So
We're
we're
waiting
waiting,
for
we'll, need a deadline of the 20th. We'll see
Okay.
if any of the engineers think that we can get it done at that price.
So, one of the things we always have to be aware of that we know, generally, we have a good idea of what we've approved and what direction we're going with certain tasks, if you will. But it's good like to have it on there at the Oyster House location, so just to remind people where we're at, even if it means that though we approved that, we're still waiting for what you just mentioned, right? So.
We'll have some more updates at the next regular meeting.
There you go. All right, and then the port safety and security, that's on you, I believe.
Yeah, and just nothing, no new incidents to report for.
Okay. All right, well, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
It
that's the
really
best
is.
kind of problem to have.
All right, okay, now shall we set up a time as a commission for a time and date for October special meeting, which is our workshop?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 meetings we'll need to schedule.
One's, okay, right on.
One for either Wednesday or Friday morning this week.
This Wednesday?
Yes, this Wednesday or this Friday.
Or this Friday. kind of throwing that out there as an option for us. We had a phone call, discussion on the phone, and then those are the 2 days that were best for me. That doesn't mean it has to be those 2 days, but it's a start.
Yeah, I can do early morning, I think, like 9.
Which
on the
day?
15th, on the 15th.
Okay,
Will that work?
it works for me, Commissioner.
Okay, that's what that appointment is. Yeah, I can do it in the morning, I just can't do anything in the afternoon.
So 9 AM on Wednesday, the 15th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that was not as painful as some of the times we try to figure things out here with our time schedules. All right, that was awesome. Okay, so the 15th of October, 9 AM
Yep.
is our special meet. All right,
And then a second special meeting to adopt the preliminary budget, hopefully. I would like to see that Monday, the 27th in the morning, if possible. That would allow me to keep on the notification for circulation in the paper and everything else for our hearing dates for the budget levy hearing.
that works for me.
Yeah, I can do that.
You said
Monday, the
Monday at
27th at 9.
27?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the moment, that is open, but I may, because of some medical stuff going on with me,
Okay,
I'm waiting for them to get back to me with surgery.
okay.
So I don't know when that's gonna be.
Well, and with the unknown, that being said, we should maybe just schedule that day, and if you can't make it,
Yeah, but I'm just letting everybody know, if I
Yeah.
don't make it, it's not because I don't,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure.
okay. Okay,
All
Here.
right, got it.
in
You said
person,
You
right?
said at 9 AM?
Yeah, in person.
Yeah.
9 AM, Monday,
27th.
the 27th.
Okay.
Okay, so I,
And then just so you know, I'm getting my Rotary Cup and right shoulder done on the 3rd of November, so my 10th, I'll be here. But I think it'd be wise if somebody else ran the meeting on the 10th of
Oh, you'll,
of
okay.
November.
I
Okay.
will make a note
we
of
can
that.
discuss who's coming.
And then I can just do this. That won't be any fun. But, that also leaves room for maybe I can't be here, but I plan on being here a week later. I'm pretty optimistic, I suppose.
So who's gonna run the meeting, you or me?
Vice Chair.
Vice Chair.
Oh, yeah, you're
Because he'll
automatically
still
vice
be-
chair, never
He'll
mind,
still be
sorry.
in office.
Yeah, never
And
mind,
And that
sorry.
will be our,
Okay.
our budget and levy hearing, meeting.
And that's my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah,
November 3rd?
November 10th.
10th? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
November 3rd. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there to be transparent about kind of the challenge I might have that meeting, okay? But yeah, you'll run it,
Okay.
okay?
Of course,
Oh,
that's
shoot.
completely contingent on if the preliminary budget is passed on the Monday, the 27th October.
I just realized, I'm.
Say that again, Travis?
Having a budget levy meeting,
Yeah.
or at our regular meeting on October 10th,
Yeah?
it would be contingent on, the preliminary budget being passed by the commission at the, Monday, 27th meeting.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be somewhere else at that time.
Oh, you meant November 10th, got it.
Yep.
That's true. All right. We good? Mm-hmm. All right, now we'll go on to new items. Is the Mason County 09 grant funds application.
No, this was an application put together between the Salmon Enhancer Group and myself for getting a cultural resources assessment and a wetland delineation funds for the Sweetwater Creek property. Set in motion to begin to develop the trail system and allow future construction activities to progress in the proposed park plan.
Right.
Right now, as it sits, you can kill the knotweed, you can kill the ivy, you can kill the blackberries, but you can't pull them out of the ground until we have that cultural resources assessment. So,
Well, like you said, when we when we decide to give it to another entity, at least we can have something, have our ducks in a row to do something wise with it. So
Yeah.
I would approve us to going for the grant funds for that.
Yeah, I would too, and while we're in discussion of that, on a good point, to make, to your point, while we have this, until we get to that point, when we turn it over, to another entity, it'd be unwise to not take advantage of these opportunities to set somebody else up for success, having done these things already. So, I mean, it's available to us, so why would we not want to make it better? And it's not costing us anything, correct?
Just
With
by
time.
administrative time.
Right,
time.
and if you're delegating that well, then maybe we can mitigate that too.
You wanna make a motion
I
for
do,
that?
yeah,
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve, to submit to Mason County Board of Commissioners, the Local Economic Development Program, 09 grant funds, application for Sweetwater Creek project.
I'll second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. And that does bring up something to reiterate to the public on that. So some of the concern of the, are you gonna turn it into a park, or is it, you're gonna take responsibility forever with this thing? You know, some of us inherited this, you know, and that's okay. So now it's just about doing the right thing with what we have, while we do find a home.
Well, yeah,
Right.
it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, so, yeah, and it's easier, for some people to say, well, do something with it. Well, we are doing what we need to do with it while we have it, and then we're choosing our battles, and eventually we are gonna find a home for the Sweetwater, in my opinion. So, anyway, all right. So, that is the only new item that I had. So, we're on to, financial position reports. And you had mentioned Aaron might make it.
Yeah, Aaron prepares a report here for me. She
Yeah.
usually doesn't get it to me until Monday. So definitely, our revenues, our general fund operating revenues are up 9.75% over year to date for September
Okay.
of 2024. This is mostly due to generous DNR allocations from the February to July timeframe. Seen an increase of 17,600 from year-to-date 2025, than for the same period in 24. So it's been good with the DNR revenue. I do not expect that to continue. We saw $88 this month in additional revenues to the DNR. That should trickle down to near nothing, and maybe if the state doesn't put any further restrictions on it, maybe we'll see more pickup back in spring when tree cutting resumes.
Okay.
But then our operating expenses are approximately 2% less than 2025, than they were in 2024. So we've made the right kind of moves to get our costs down. The year-to-end fund balance, general fund, is expected to end over budget over $100,000. That's the kind of savings
Sorry.
that we've kind of been able to account for. But this is going to be great for creating our budget for next year. Really, we need to look at being able to put a large amount of that money away into a capital reserves facilities account, so that it just sits there and gains interest, and we have it available for repairing some of this aging infrastructure. Water fund's a little bit more difficult to track there because of the growing legal expenses.
Yeah.
But we're still projected to be close, a little under budget by about 2,600. But our revenues are up. We are up projected 20% over last year. We've been adding more water connections to the system from a few projects that have taken place. And the old system past due bills are going to be accounted for, and the adjustments will be seen on the customer bill coming out for the October 15th bill cycle.
Yeah.
So that will be coming together.
Yeah. And,
That's really the gist of it, and if the commissioner has any questions, the commission has any questions.
no, the only concerns I have will, are just, just paying attention to, the legal costs right now, and we're gonna be looking at, answering to that here, coming up in the next meeting or two, in terms of what that's gonna look like, and how we're gonna play that out, and how this is gonna affect the water system budget, and go from there.
Right.
It's too early, right? It's not too early, but we're not quite there yet to address it, in my opinion, so.
We'll have some serious numbers for the preliminary budget coming up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Any other concerns, questions?
Nope.
All right. The payment of the general fund and voucher, on actions B, C, and D, we already did that.
No, we haven't.
We haven't? All right, well, let's do that right now. You're right, I convoluted that with what we did in the consent agenda item, but that's different. Okay, so let's go ahead and move with that, if we could, please.
So everybody good with that? Then I can make a motion to approve the financial position action items B, C, and D, which is the financial statement of the port accountant Aaron Sevilla, and general fund vouchers 251-00014-251-00040 at $9,805.32. Payroll vouchers 251-101 to 251-00013 for the amount of $22,668.30. Payment water fund vouchers are 251-00041-251-00046 for the amount of $4,304.76.
I'll say it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. The payments will be taken care of, okay.
You need to sign anything?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything for the good of the order here, commissioners?
Well, we got a new banner for the Oyster House restoration. It was looking pretty sad. So we got a new banner for it.
Okay, how did that happen?
I got it.
You just got it? Thank you, Commissioner.
Sure.
Yeah, all right.
And I'll
Anything else?
Remind the commission that Small Ports is coming up next week.
Oh, yeah, that's what, I'm gonna go to, I'll be attending that.
So
Small
I-
Ports. And that's from Wednesday through
You going?
Friday next week.
Okay. All right. You'll have to let me know how that went.
We will.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, good, good. All right, then anything else?
Not for me.
I need.
Good to see you, Maureen.
We are adjourned.